I asked on Twitter what the best weapon in AQ Worlds was, and a lot of people shared their opinion, and we got through about half of them in the last video, so this is part 2 of that. Let's go through more of the best weapons in AQ Worlds. Let's see if we get 150 likes on this. That would be great. Let's get into it. All right, let's start this one off strong with this sword from the Kotaro event from a while back. Actually, a really cool event. It'd be nice if they did something like this again. If you didn't participate in this event, basically a quest came to the game. You had to go and find a bunch of different merge items, not knowing what the items they would merge into would be. And then like a week or two later, a shop opens and it has a bunch of really great Kotaro stuff. One of the capes I have that people ask about all the time was included with this set. And this is the sword. I didn't get this because I thought the merge shop was going to stay, even though the merge items weren't. So I didn't redeem them. My bad, I guess. Anyway, though, very cool weapon. I don't know if we've ever seen the art of this katana without the hilt on it, but that's like Kotaro's personal, I guess. This is definitely an A tier. I'm gonna say it's an S because, I mean, I don't know. I like this quite a bit, to be honest. I'm kind of sad I never got it. I think it. Oh, yeah, it's going an S. Let's go throw an A, but man, looking at the A's, I think it's a step up. That's a really cool thing. If you want to hold a hilted sword, probably the best one in the game for that. Next weapon, Oblivion Katanas. These are actually really nice, cool pattern. Love the colors. Yeah, not a lot wrong with these. Animation isn't too bad. I'm not big on a lot of animations, but pretty simple. Doesn't like your game too bad. So yeah, pretty nice. These things are definitely high tier, very high tier. I'm gonna throw these in S as well, lower S tier for those. Very nice dual katana. A hockey stick. I think this came out recently. I'm going to be real with you. This is a really bad example of a hockey stick. It doesn't have any tape, any hockey tape on the. I mean, it has the bulge that is created by the tape, but it doesn't have the actual tape on it anywhere. If you ever played hockey, there's a lot of tape involved. A lot of tape involved with this stick. Anyway, actually, I haven't played hockey in a while. I don't know if they still do. I'm pretty sure they still do that. Let me check. Yeah, so anyway, this looks like one of the terrible hockey sticks you get in like PE. But even those have the tape on them because you need the tape down there, and this bulge at the top that doesn't exist on a brand new stick. You take tape and you wrap it there until there's enough tape at the top that creates the bulge at the top, so it gives you better grip in handling. But anyway, enough of that. This guy probably suggested it because he just want to hear me rant about hockey sticks. Anyway, this is definitely a. I mean, not the worst, to be honest. I mean, it is like a flash game, right? I'm not gonna get it completely accurate, but I think that's like a higher B tier. It's not terrible, but it's not a great representation of a proper hockey stick either. Funny enough, there are actually better representations of hockey sticks in AQ Worlds, like this one. I mean, that's not great, but at least it's got the tape there. This one's actually pretty decent. The shape isn't right at all, but it's got the idea. Anyway, shape-wise, this is definitely the best, I guess. Next up, the Darkened Debris Claws. These are sick. Yeah, really nice. Color custom as well. He's got, all right. These claws easily low S tier for those. Very nice. Someone else suggested another gauntlet that's pretty similar as well. Some as just being in the same spot. Very cool. All these debris bladed gauntlets are really nice. Jagged Reapers of Null. I think you can get dual version of this, which I would prefer, to be honest. The spear looks a little weird to me. It doesn't look like a great handle. The actual end, it looks like it was just yanked off a sword and added on there. Not a huge fan of the spear. It's still not terrible though, so I think it's gonna go in like lower B area, mid-lower B. Taurus Prismatic Manslayers. I was actually one of the people that was suggesting this back in the day. I mean, I'm not the first and only person, but around the time when it released, I was definitely pushing for it, and I'm happy it did get released. I'm happy Yoshino made that. Sick sword. These are definitely easily S tier. No question. They're probably near the very top. Like, Unarmed, I think I put them above unarmed, to be honest. They're very good. Like the full CC, the simple art style. You can go on and on how great those are, but definitely worth getting. Sucks to remember only though. It's one of the downsides, I guess. But this thing, yeah, I'm probably not agreeing with this about this being the best weapon in AQ Worlds. This thing looks kind of, but it looks like it looks like some kind of like rotted plant or something. Throwing this into the C tier at the top. I could see why you like it, but I'm really not seeing it, to be honest. It might be a little low, but to be honest, I don't see myself ever equipping that, even if I had it for free. Has there been any bloodletters yet? Yo, purple ones, pretty sick, pretty sick. I am a bloodletter fan, to be honest. They are a little overused, kind of like a naval commander in a way, but there's a reason there's so many of them. Absolutely lovely weapons, very much deserve a high S tier for basically any bloodletters. If we get any more in the suggestions, we're just gonna they'll all be in the same spot, so no point in adding them onto the list. AQW exclusive Dragon Fable weapon reskin. This should have stayed in Dragon Fable. That is easily a D tier weapon. Maybe above that. No, actually, I'd much prefer that actually. Yeah. Frostbite actually was a main weapon on my character on my account for months. I don't know, quite a while. Like this lasted as a main weapon on my character for quite a while. It has a really cool glyph animation on it. It's very clean blade design. I'm not the biggest fan of the hilt, to be honest. I think the hilt could be better on this, but the animation kind of adds to the hilt quite a bit when you actually see it in game. Very clean. This one is easily a very low S tier. Very low, very low. I don't think it is you know, it's kind of in the middle. This one has a unique design. Lucky to own this bad boy, he says. Is it rare? Really, it's rare. Deja's Dark Key. I probably have this too, to be honest. I might have bought it if it was in the game at the time. I actually really dig the design. You don't see this very often either. It's an axe on a sword, but it's not like made to be a sword. It's kind of made to be a blade, but very interesting design. What artist made this? It kind of looks like Exaros, maybe? Exaros. The chain looks a little weird on the end there. But other than that, man, it looks really good. I like it so much. I logged in to check if I have it in my bank, and I sadly do not. But yeah, that's really cool. This one is an item I didn't expect to see here. I know all of these weapons, but I didn't know this one, to be honest. Not in my memory. I might have been playing when it came out. I think it's between S and A. It's really good. Yeah, that's S tier. I think maybe even higher S tier, to be honest. Like this might be like right there. Like, kind of like that. What I'd rather see? I'd rather see this in game with someone with the Legion set than that. I mean, the axe could work. I guess it depends on the rest of the set. Anyway, let's move on. It's very interesting to see what people have as their favorite items in the game, because out of every single weapon in the game, this is your favorite. I mean, it doesn't look terrible. I could definitely see this working with a set, but your favorite, huh? I like the lighting from the red orb. Like whoever designed that, that's a really nice touch. It's not too bad, to be honest. It's not terrible. Easily throw this up like high B, low. I think it's a low A. I think it's definitely a low A. I like that. It's if you had a purple and red set, go very well with it. This one looks like you ripped the gate off, or like part of a fence off like an old church parking lot or something. Like it's like some gothic. Anyway, it actually looks kind of good. If you had like matching items, I could definitely see this going pretty hard with a good set. Yeah, I could definitely see this working well. So not too bad. I've never seen anyone with this in game, so definitely a unique item. I still don't think it would rate that high though. I think it belongs in like upper B, like right about there. It's not that crazy of an item, but it looks all right. Okay, this guy just submitted 2 of my favorite weapons in the game. So you got, I can't remember the name of these. Sadly, they remember only. These are probably one of my favorites, if not. I actually like them so much. I got Alina to fix the CC on them, which was very nice of her to do that. And then these are great as well. Every Phoenix blade in the game is amazing. So, well, I guess I'll rate these both at the same time. I mean, it's very obvious they're S tier, right? Like very high S. Probably even right there. They're above unarmed. Yeah, both those are great. Color custom. Every Phoenix blade's an S tier weapon in my opinion. Is there a Phoenix blade that isn't S tier? There might be. Oh yeah, there are Phoenix blades that aren't S tier. The ones that have like the null gap, like particles, and they're all blacked out. Those ones would probably be like B tier to be honest. But almost every Phoenix blade is an S tier. They're all great. My first love when I was 11 years old. So yeah, this blade is an absolute classic. Slash join mana. Pick this up today. Fully CC, easy to get. Absolute staple for any new account you'd see playing AQ Worlds back in the day. They'd all have this thing. Absolute. I did it too as well. It's just great. It looks like a little Minecraft block there with the 4 pixels. A very nostalgic, great item. I definitely think it belongs in low S tier. Absolute gem. Destiny Dragon Blade. I actually love the dragon head on the hilt. That looks really cool. I don't really like the claw on the back. I think that could look better. The long horns can remind me of a bull and not a dragon, like a cow. The black split in the end of the blade is kind of unique and sick. The little glyph text there. Yeah, pretty nice blade. I don't see this very often. If I saw, I could definitely see this, like, if you pair this up with a good set, this could definitely go for you. That's for sure. This thing's going like high A. I don't know. There's something about it. I don't think it belongs in S, but it's very good. Arcane Void Knight. I like this blade. I like this blade a lot. I think some people might like it more. And maybe I'm tired of it because it was like a quest pet weapon for a long time, so you saw it everywhere all the time, and I probably got too tired of it. I think if it didn't have any quests attached to the other pet version of it, I think my perception of it would probably be higher. To be honest, I'd probably rate it higher. It's tainting it a bit, but it's still very nice. This is definitely like a very high A tier item. I don't think it's S, and that's probably the perception of. I think it might belong in S for other people, and I think that would be completely fair. But for me personally, I think it's a high A. I don't have to say much about this one. It's very obvious where it's going. But fun fact, it's actually such a large file size that it'll bug out sometimes and only load half of it. Yeah, Deja is really cooking with this one. That is a very high S tier. And the silver one would go right next to it because it's basically it's slightly lower. The gold one is better than silver. Don't get me wrong, but they'd both be an S tier. These are really sick. Love when I see sets with these. To be honest, kind of like the Nintendo Switch Joy-Con colors, but these came out before Nintendo Switch came out, so they actually went. Well, I mean, the red and blue color scheme's been around forever, right? But yeah, really nice. This is easily a very high A tier. Actually, no, it's S. It's S. It belongs higher. It's like right about there in the S tier. I really like those. People might hate me for this one. I really do not like this sword. There's just something about the shape. It reminds me of like a beetle at the end. It's very bug-like. I don't like it. It's still not like terrible though. It's probably like right there in the B tier. But yeah, I think other people might think a bit higher, more highly of that item than I do for sure. But yeah. Oh, Born Scythe, clean design, nice gradient on the blade of the scythe. Chain's really nice. The whole thing's like a long bone. Where do you find that bone? Who has a bone that long? Don't think about it too much. I think the skulls are a little overdoing it here. I think one large skull would look better here than 3. But hey, still very nice. Definitely one of the better scythes in the game. This bad boy is easily A tier. Like pretty high A, to be honest. It's a very good scythe. Maybe it is S. Looking here. Yeah, I've been doing this a lot today, but I think that's an S tier. That's an S tier scythe. I really like that. I'm putting a lot in S, but people are recommending a lot of good weapons, so it's good to see it, right? Hopefully you guys are getting good ideas from these. I know I read the comment section, so people are using this like as item donation guides and stuff, and I think you can farm that right now in the game, this thing, but that's really nice. Celestial Glory, these things kind of cool. I like that the offhand's a spear and it's not the same, but they have the same design, like same design between them, but different weapons. Pretty cool. I do like this blade quite a bit, actually. It's very clean. I don't really have any complaints about it. Looking at it, it's just nice. You know, there's not really anything wrong with it, which you can really point that out on a lot of things. Maybe you don't like the ribbon on the scythe there, but yeah, it's on your offhand, so it's gonna be mostly covered by your armor. Really not too bad. People might hate me for this, but I don't think these are S tier. They look good, like really good, but I think they're high A. I don't know if it's. I really like light blue colors too. I think they're overly detailed, and if you look at S, I mean, other than this one, I guess, but some of these got a lot of detail on them, but it's a little too much. It's a little too much. Darkened Debris 2. I'm actually not. Okay, this design is cool. We already have a Darken. Well, that's a Stravian. That's not really Darken. I mean, Darken's the artist, but that's a different style. We have the claws, right? That I already put into. Yeah, I put those in the S right there. So those are really good. They're kind of all the same style though. Like this would go right next to the claws, like right up there in the S tier. Definitely one of the better axes in the game for sure. Like shape wise, it's really good. It's really good. It's very clean. Looks nice. Looks like you like dipped an axe in like molten lava or something, or like some weird mutated lava. Yeah. Anyway, really nice. This thing, I don't like it. I think the actual blade's nice, but the rest of it's kind of that's a C tier in my opinion, like pretty low C. Some people might hate my opinion on this one as well, but I don't think this looks right for AQ Worlds. Would never equip. Looks like, I mean, it's from a different AE game, definitely, right? The answer day here. I think this is also like a higher C tier. Like it doesn't look great. This katana is an absolute classic. Color scheme's not my favorite on it, and I always thought the little red was a little off, but it matches the character a bunch, so it gets a pass. But as a standalone, without matching the character, the red dot looks a little odd on it. But even with that, it's definitely like a like high A. It's definitely a high A. I don't think it's S, but definitely very good. Cyber Collad. It's not much to it. I'm not the biggest fan of them like completely like blanking out an item and just replacing it with one color, whether it's like pitch black or like neon. It looks good sometimes, very rarely, but here it randomly cuts off and it does not look great. I say all that, but I still think it's like a low A, like very low. Might be B. I say that, no, it's going down to like B, like right there, to be honest. Drawing a blank. This is from a code, right? You enter a code to get the sword? Pretty sure it is, right? Wasn't one of the codes like Badger or something? How is that in my brain? Anyway, what a useful piece of information. Yeah, you guys want to know a code to put in the museum from 15 years ago? This thing's definitely A tier. Not very high A, to be honest. It's not that clean. It looks a little fragile for a sword. Looks like it would break like right there, right? Right there. It looks like that thing would snap if you hit something with it. But it's a pretty nice looking sword. Definitely a classic design. Okay, this video has been going on for a long time and it's part 2 already. I don't really want to do a part 3 for this, so I'm going to do a lightning round and I'm not going to yap, and we're going to go through a bunch of weapons very quickly, starting with this one. I think it's nice. The red skull's a little weird. Definitely the hilt's bad. That's a B tier if I've ever seen one. Don't really know where, but somewhere in B. So there we go. Collad's absolute classic. Don't really need to say or do much about these. I would rate them in the very low S tier. I think the art hasn't aged as well as some people might think, but it is a nostalgic design. Very nice. Minecraft sword is a very low A tier. Already threw it on the thing. I don't know where it went, but yeah, it's right there. Low A tier for the Minecraft thing. This axe is mid B. Not much to say about it. Just not a big fan of the design. That banana is a C tier item. Kind of funny, but kind of really weird looking as well. Could definitely do a better banana weapon. The chicken drumstick is an A tier item in my opinion, but it makes me hungry, so it's not going in S. This sword's really cool, but it looks like it would snap the second you hit anything with it, and for that reason, it gets a low A. It's still a very nice looking item. The blue screen of death goes in the S tier collab. That's very nice, actually. It might actually be higher than the... Yeah, okay. Couple people actually asked about these ungodly reavers. Absolutely sick. I love them so much. Classic design. One of the first items that I spent a lot of time farming for in the game. I'm actually like, okay, I'm gonna sit down and actually play this flash game for a few hours here and get these 6. I don't really like the vines coming at the top. Those haven't aged on me too well. I think if they cut them off like right there, they would look a lot cleaner. Or nowadays, if these were gauntlets. Oh. Anyway, I mean, it's not hard to see. These are definitely like higher S tier items, like way up there. They're very, very good. Yeah, they're absolutely iconic for the game as well. These supercharged weapons, these are, well, if I can get the actual government name of these, Cyber Void Daggers. You're dragging them. So these are definitely S, but not as high as the other ones, in my opinion. I think they're a little worse, and they still have the old art issue that got fixed on the new ones with the weird glow and stuff that exists on there. But I do think they're about like right here on there. Not going to spend time putting this on the list, but this would be like one step above the pink one. I talked about that in the last video, how I like the blue one slightly better, and you can see the pink one was an A tier, I think. Yeah, right here. So it'd be one step above that. Maybe even a little farther. It'd probably be very, very high A, but I already have one of those on there, so no need to throw a second one there. It's just a recolor. I like this tail with the purple and yellow. That's cool in the set. Anyway, that's your favorite, really? That would be like a very low B tier for me. I think it's better than the red dagger things, but actually, right there. Soul Ripper, absolutely iconic weapon, came out in 2015, so it's actually like kind of past the golden era of AQ items, but it still managed to look like a golden era item, maybe slightly updated. So very, very nice design there. Definitely deserves a high A. Nah, it's not going in A, it's going in S. Definitely an S tier item. I know for a fact that isn't actually an item in the game, so we're gonna skip that. Good plug though. This one is this. It looks like you had a sword and then you fed it like one too many hamburgers. All right, for all you chubby chasers out there, this one's going in to the upper B tier there. It's a nice color scheme, at least. I made it to the bottom of the thing. I didn't think it ever ended. But there's a show more for spam button. So do we dare click this? Okay, I clicked it. Nothing weird showed up other than this guy suggesting 4 different weapons. We've done most of these already, except for this one. So this one, I'm a donate. I like it that much. Definitely an S tier item. This is called LED Dragon Blade. If you're looking for the actual name to item and donate it, LED like the light. This definitely S tier. I don't know where in S tier. Probably much higher than that. The original Dragon Blade, the OG one, you can still get in the game without an item to donate. I'd rate even higher. It'd be up by the unarmed area up there. The original Dragon Blade, absolutely one of my favorites. Okay, so so I clicked on the show offensive ones now, so we're in the offensive territory. We already rated this one. Yeah, these are kind of offensive looking. I'm kidding. All right, so the spear here, that spear is like upper B tier in my opinion. These blades are low A. Very nice looking though. This thing from One Piece is an A as well. Not very high. It's not great looking. It's not that great. Let's be real. This thing looks like it's made like an elastic, like it's an elastic. This thing looks like it would like wiggle if you swung it. It looks like it's an elastic weapon. The elastic scythe goes in the middle of B tier. This sword looks like they screenshotted an animation and then put an animation on top of it and then put that on. It's a mess, but it's a cool looking mess. The cool looking mess is in high A. The armor that was made to go with the sword had very thick thighs, and they reduced them when they put in the actual game. Massive L for everyone involved. I'll never get over it. Anyway, not huge. I mean, it's all right. It's all right looking. It's all right. That's like a mid A tier weapon. This one's really clean. I actually really like this. Like, wow. It's got, if you zoom in though, it has like a blue line on it, which does not look the cleanest. I don't know if that's CC or what, but it's not. It's a Legion item. It dropped from Undead Legend and Legion Arena. I probably have this in my bank. That's really clean. I'm throwing that in S tier. I really like it. Very low S, but I don't know. That's just, yeah. Pretty stick. This is in try chest. You can get it right now. It's an RGB stick, which is just great. It's a gift, so I can't put it in a tier list. High A tier easily. Dark Blood Nolgath Hammer. Yeah. That's a C tier. Oops. Yeah, that's a C tier. I actually got to the bottom. That's all of them. Oh my, I thought I was gonna have to cut off before because like the video's been going on for like more than like 30 minutes now and I don't want to make my videos too long, but that's it. That's everything. That's all of them. That's a lot of them. Look how many. We got through all of them. So that's it for this. I will be doing more of these in the future. If you like this, make sure you click the like button so I know you guys like it. Let's see if we can get 150. That'd be sick. Follow me on Twitter. I'll do more of these so you guys can submit more things. We'll probably do helmets and other items as well for AQ World. So if you have a favorite of those, get the screenshots ready and I'll send out a tweet to reply. Almost 9,000, over 9,000 people saw this one. That's great. So thanks to everyone that participated. hopefully, I think most people would sort of agree with this. There's probably things you'd move up or down or left or right, but it's okay. I mean, there's probably some S tiers that might be pushed down, maybe some B's that should go up or whatnot, but yeah, not too bad. Now, is this the best? I think there are some like really good weapons that are missing from this, if I'm being honest. There's definitely some good ones missing from this, but you know, these are what people submit, so it's what I use. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next one. Go check out the part 1 if you haven't seen it, by the way, if you want my opinions on the other stuff on this list. And yeah, go check out some of the other tier lists I did on the channel as well. Did one for characters. I did 4 parts for people's characters. If you want to see that, if you want some set suggestions, some items for that, a lot of cool items and stuff showcased in those videos, check those out. And yeah, peace.